In this video, we will do the following problem. A 70-meter tall antenna casts a 120-meter shadow. How much longer would the shadow be for a 110-meter antenna? As you can see down here, we have similar triangles. The reason for that, we're assuming that the antennae are both straight up and down, so that would make them perpendicular to the ground. And two line segments that are perpendicular to the same line are parallel. We also have this angle that's in both triangles, so it's reflexive. Therefore, we have a similarity. Therefore, this small triangle in here is similar to the bigger triangle out here. Next, we will call this x right here, this line segment between these two, and therefore this whole side is 120 plus x. From there, we will build up our proportion mathematically. So then this side of the small triangle over the corresponding side of the big triangle will be 120 over 120 plus x. And that will equal this side of the small triangle over the corresponding side of the big triangle, which will be 70 over 110. So rearranging, 110 times 120 is 13,200 equals 120 times 70 is 8,400 plus 70x. Then moving the 8,400 over, we get 4,800 equals 70x, and then x equals 480 over 7. So now let's do a check. So to do the check, we're going to build up the proportions slightly differently. We're going to do this side of the small triangle over this side of the small triangle equals this side of the big triangle over this side of the big triangle, so the corresponding sides. So then we have 120 over 70 equals 120 plus x over 110. Now take a second and realize if we move the 70 up here and we move the 120 plus x down here, mathematically, that gives us exactly what we have over here. So take a second, make sure you understand that. Often there are several ways you can build up the proportion in similar triangles. So now let's check this. So 120 over 70 gives us 12 over 7. And then plugging this x back into here, we get 120 plus 480 over 7 over 110. Doing all the math gives us again 12 over 7. So that is our check. Finally, we'll put x here back on the diagram in red again. So x is 480 over 7. So this antenna has a shadow that is 480 over 7 meters longer than this antenna. Remember that a non-integer solution for your variable doesn't mean you're wrong. So here we got 480 over 7. We built up our proportion a different way and checked the variable to see if we're right. We found out that we were, plugged it back in, and now we have our answer. As always, do this problem 2 or 3 times, conquer it, and you should be on your way.